most often as Tiv women, we are not given the credit that is deserved. But we are saying today that as Tiv women, not only because you're born a Tiv woman, but because you're also the wife of a Tiv man, that you are worthy, that you are worthy of who you are. And we want our children and our sisters to know that they are worthy of their persons. The woman wears the heart. The women are the neck that turns the head. The men are still the head of the family, as it's written in the Bible. We do not dispute that. And the women can have a voice at the table. We don't have to raise our voices to get reason. Most often, we are expected to do everything without complaining, which we are able to do. We don't complain, we take care of our kids, take care of the home, shop, do everything with limited, sometimes hardly any money. But the women know how to manage and run the affairs of their home, the affairs of their families, the affairs of the husband's family, the affairs of their children. And as such, the women deserve a role. Once it was mentioned Women's Forum, most of the men went out. But most of the men can't even feed themselves. That's true. Some of the men can't even boil water for their tea. They wake up in the morning and they say, oh, what are we having today? Some of the men will sit in the house and not eat. They don't even know which food to warm up from the refrigerator. They will ask you, you may go to work with your husband in the morning. As soon as you walk into the door, 5 minutes, your husband will turn around and say, ah, can you read, Yana? It means what's there to eat. Meanwhile, you just drove back into the house from work, you weren't cooking in your car. And your children expect you to feed. So all we are saying is, as still women, what we are is we are the engine that drives the institution of family in Tiv land, in the nation. Wherever we go, we work hard, we respect our people, we respect ourselves, and we bring whatever we can to the table for the discussion. Most of you here today probably had your clothes chosen by your wife, ironed by your wife, were fed by your wife. Let's face it, we do everything. And it's about time the women realize that we are the engine that drives the homes. We are everything that we are. And we also want our young women to grow up knowing that there's no limit. Shatter the ceiling. We have most of our young women that graduated this year from college, engineering degrees. We have some who are doing biochemistry, PhD, who may get their degrees next year. We want you to encourage your wives. It doesn't matter how long they wanted to go to school and didn't get to go to school, encourage them. An educated wife is an asset. Strengthen your wives, strengthen your kids, strengthen your daughters. Let your daughters go to school. I remember my late great-grandfather, he was a member of parliament, the first Tiv member of parliament from Tiv area. Then it used to be northern Nigeria. He sent his first child, who was a girl, to school. That caused a lot of problems. She passed away at the age of 83, 2015. He chose a stand that his daughter was worthy of an education. So as a father, you owe it to your daughter to encourage her and to make sure she gets the education that she needs and she deserves. Same thing with your wife, same thing with your sisters. If you see a woman struggling, help her. You have no idea what she would do or who she can help. It may turn around and be your child that benefits from that help that you gave. Like we were saying, nobody is able to do anything by themselves. Women, we need to be each other's keeper. We need to support one another. We have to hold each other together in prayer and support one another. Sometimes all you need is a phone call from a sister that says, I know you were there, I'm praying for you. It makes a whole lot of difference knowing that you have other women that are rooting for you and praying for you. It's a hard job being a woman, and it's difficult if you're even a Tiv woman, because the expectations on you as a Tiv mother, as a Tiv woman, are a lot. If I'm not mistaken here, you also have the dowry, and the husband's never finished paying dowry, and that is on you. So that means you have to provide in your family, for your family to be able to continue to provide the dowry. So it's not just that your husband is paying dowry, you have to contribute to what is going out, because the husband is also providing for your family. So most Tiv women do not sit idle. There are a lot of Tiv men in this room whose mothers paid their tuition, not their fathers. So, because their mothers did not stop working, because their mothers knew that it would benefit them all if their kids were educated. There are a lot of men here whose wives put them through school, supported them all to PhD. Some of us were editors for our husband's PhD thesis, master's thesis. Some are still doing it. And we wear all the hats. And so the Tiv woman is a power to be reckoned with. We are a power to be reckoned with. And I want every Tiv woman, and when I say Tiv woman, I'm not just saying because you were born Tiv. Every woman that is married to a Tiv man is a Tiv woman. Every woman that is married to a Tiv man is a Tiv woman. And that character of Tiv women is known as strong women with backbones. We say what we mean, we stand our ground, and we do whatever is necessary for our families. And our families know that. So how come we don't have a voice at the table? So we're not even asking anymore. From now on, we are going to make our voices heard. And I want all the women to make sure you make your voices heard. We want to be taken seriously, and we don't want the men walking out of the room every time they hear women's forum. How will the men feel? Yes, we don't want the men walking out when they hear women's forum. So we thank the men that are sitting in here and listening, and we want you to continue to support your women. Because the next time we have a program, and if we have all the men sitting in front and the women decide to do a walkout, how would your meeting go? Or if the women decide, okay, today we're calling a strike, we're not cooking, people will stop. So we are not asking for our voices to be heard. From now on, we're going to be talking. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We spend so much time going from store to store searching for quality products at the last price. But I've got the solution for you. Go to the Jumia app and choose from over 5 million products already available at the last price. Search for your product, add it to your cart, input your delivery address, and you can pay cash when they deliver. Jumia, save money, shop easy.